So I have a whole bunch of old Bibles on digital. Here's some of them right here. When I'm deep diving and studying, I will refer to these old Bibles to see what they say, because most of the Bibles we have today are copies of copies of copies of copies of copies. I thought to myself, why am I not comparing these controversial scriptures in the New World Translation? New World Order Translation. New World Translation, that's the Jehovah's Witness Bible. Why am I not checking these really old texts against the NWT? I decided to do two scriptures for you guys and show you some of my old Bible stuff. So let's jump right in it. Okay, the first one we're going to do is Matthew 24:45. You know, faithful and discreet slave. This one's going to come out of my Matthew 15:37 CE Common Era Bible. I'm going to trust this Bible far more than I would trust the New World Translation. The writer of this Bible did not have an agenda, like some people do. So this Bible was written in Middle English. Some words may look funky, but I can translate this one on the fly. The red arrow is the beginning of the verse because in older versions of the Bible, there are no paragraph numbers. Just to give you a little heads up, wherever you see that letter that looks like an F, but it's not quite an F, that's an S, as in snake. If there be any faithful servant and wise, whom his master has made ruler over his household to give the meat in season, convenient. Happy is that servant who his master, when he comes, shall find him so doing. Well, I didn't see the words faithful and discreet slave anywhere in that sentence. So yeah, I'm going to say that the Watchtower Society definitely broke a commandment in Revelation 21. But that's on them. Okay, here's my next one from my Erasmus 1516 Greek and Latin New Testament. And we are going to do James 2:26. Faith without works is dead. This is like the whole thing that the Watchtower Society rides on. This is one of the scriptures they use to guilt you into going and doing car witnessing and door to door. So let's see what this is James 2:26. This is in 14th century Latin. I put the New Worst Translation at the top right there. But ultimately what this translates to is, for as the body is dead by the absence of the spirit, so faith by deeds is dead. And all these other older Bibles right here, they also say deeds, as in doing a good deed, like working in a soup kitchen for the homeless, or giving food or clothing to the homeless. Those are deeds. It's not works. And I know some of the Jehovah's Witnesses are going to say, well, us going door to door saving people's lives, that's our good deed. Well, where does it say that in the Bible? And you can't say Matthew 24:14. The one thing that is hidden from Jehovah's Witnesses is the words good news. The good news is and is only Jesus Christ. Nothing else. It's not a newest publication. It's not the new, most inaccurate version of the Bible. And if you feel like you want to go door to door, knock yourself out. But you should only be talking about Jesus and nothing else. Not even that word Jehovah, which is a Kabbalistic false god. You should only be talking about Jesus. And why is Jesus considered the good news? Because of his grace. Because he gave his life for us. It's something that you cannot earn by works. And yes, there are plenty of scriptures that back up what I'm telling you right now. Jesus himself, he is the good news. It's not publications. It's not cart witnessing. So for instance, in the first century, if you were to run into a Christian, they would start talking to you about what? Jesus. They weren't handing out publications or scrolls. There was this man that gave his life for us, and it's by the grace of God that we are saved. Google it if you want to. What is considered the good news in the Bible? And I guarantee you the words Watchtower, Awake, latest publications, none of that stuff is going to pop up. None of that is good news. It is just Jesus Christ. And I'm trying to help the Jehovah's Witnesses because the way that the governing body feels is if you don't catch their semantics, if you don't catch their trickery, well, then that's on you. I promise you. Okay, speaking of grace, check this out. Okay, this is the New World Order translation of John 1:16. For we all received from his fullness, even undeserved kindness upon undeserved kindness. But interestingly enough, what do other translations say? So I put the scripture into Bible Hub. Okay, so grace, 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 grace. This is like 56 Bibles or something. The Jehovah's Witness New World Translation is the worst, most inaccurate Bible on earth. Every single one of these use the word grace. And not one of these Bibles, not one, says undeserved kindness. 99% of these Bibles were written long before the New World Order translation. So yeah, I'm going to say, again, they broke the commandment at Revelation 21 by translating it as undeserved kindness is completely inaccurate. It is grace. Because by saying undeserved kindness, I'm going to be kind to you, but you don't deserve it. You need to work for it. Speaking of which, also, in none of these translations, not one single one of them say faithful and discreet slave. So again, I'm going to say with a jury of my peers in a court of law, Watchtower would be found guilty of breaking the commandment at Revelation chapter 21. Positively, without a doubt. That's 3 scriptures now where the Watchtower Society has completely changed the translation to fit their needs, or their narrative, if you will.
Always welcome the chance to be fooled by Jehovah.